As per the syllabus only we study. We don't change them. We don't change the order. Vitex nigondo. So Vitex nigondo, did you heard about this plant? Vitex nigondo family. It belongs to family Verbenaceae. You write down Vitex nigondo. Vitex Negundo, 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 Vitex Negundo, capital L dot means Linnaeus. Family Verbenaceae. Family Verbenaceae. So this is the common name of this plant is common name వావిలి. వావిలాకు అంటారు. ఇప్పుడు మీకు గుర్తొచ్చి ఉంటుంది, తెలిసి ఉంటుంది. In English, it called as monk peppers. Monk peppers. MONK peppers. PEPPAS. This is the name in English, but in common name in Telugu is వావిలాకు. వావిలి చెట్టు. వావిలి అంటారు. So this plant is distributed all over the India, especially at dry deciduous forest areas. Dry deciduous forest areas, especially this is highly distributed at external Himalayan regions. External Himalayan regions at 1500 meters of latitude. So this is the favorable conditions to grow this Vitis nigondo at least 1500 meters of height from the sea level. So this is the suitable conditions to grow this plant. This plant is grown as from a small herb to shrub, and also they grown up to small trees. You can see they are growing prominently. They are herbs. They can also grow up to some shrubs level, and also they can grow into some height of trees. So this has the stems are during in herb condition only, the stems are undergone to second growth, and it appears very strong and vodacious even it is in herb condition. The stem is very strong due to its secondary growth. Due to its second growth, the stem is very strong even it is a herb. And it also has some aromatic smell. You can observe this plant due to its aromatic plant smell. the leaves are the leaves are compound leaves with peripinnate like Azadirachta indica. So if you see the leaf of this Vitex nigondo, you may confuse with the leaves of that Azadirachta indica. So here also leaves are peripinnate compound leaves. That means a leaflet is ends with the rachis. So unequal leaflets are present on both sides of the rachis. So these are the leaflets. Number of leaflets are comes into odd number. Odd number. Mostly the leaflets are 5 in each leaf. So odd number mostly 5. That is pentafoliate compound leaves. Pentafoliate compound leaves. If you see the inflorescence is also in the form of panicles, panicles originated from the axils of the stem. From the axils of the stem, you know what is axil? You have already learned in the last class. Axils. From the axils of the stem, you can see the panicle inflorescence. Panicle inflorescence. And the flowers are in color is violet, light violet mixing with white color. Light violet mixing with white color means the petals are in this color. So flowers are pentamerous. You know what is pentamerous? The flowers consist of five parts in each roll. Such flowers are described as pentamerous. You have already known that most of the dicotyledons have either pentamerous or tetramerous flowers. Trimerous flowers can be seen in only in case of monocotyledons. So here pentamerous flowers are appeared in the color light light violet color with mixing white color. So these are the flowers in the form of panicles. The form of panicles. Then you can see the fruit is berry. Fruit is berry, and the seeds are globose. Globose means round and hard. Seeds are globose. Fruits are berry. So these can be seen at the plants can be seen. The distribution or habitation can be seen at wastelands. Wastelands, though where the crops are not cultivated in wastelands, they widely grow. They widely grow. It has so many ethnobotanical values, and it is better to say it has so many ethnomedicinal values. Ethnomedicinal values rather ethnobotanical values. So, what are these ethnomedicinal values? So, ethnomedicinal values, leaves are mostly used in mostly used in relevance or relieving the postnatal problems in women. Also, the leaves are used to treat rheumatoid arthritis, as well as the leaves are used to treat, to cure so many kinds of skin diseases. Prominently, ethnomedicinal values are three. The first one is postnatal women. The second one is rheumatoid arthritis, and the third one is skin diseases. Then we can see one by one how they practice, how the tribal people practice this plant for their own use. The first one is, so leaves are heated. The first practice, leaves are heated and to extract is some amount of juice. So this juice is used to treat joint pains after abortion in women. After abortion. So women after abortion, they suffering from they suffering with some kind of joint pains. To relieve this kind of joint pains in women after abortion, they give some juice. They give some juice of this juice of leaves of these plants to treat the joint pains after the abortion. So this is one practice. And the second one is the leaves of Vitex nicondo is mixed with the leaves of Acalypha indica. They mixed with leaves of Acalypha indica. What is Acalypha indica? You know Acalypha indica? Can you say the common name for Acalypha indica? The leaves of Vitis nigundo are mixed with leaves of Acalypha indica. Acalypha indica. Anybody? Acalypha indica. Muripenda. Muripenda antam. So this Acalypha indica is good example for mosaic pillow taxi. You have learned in the lower classes. Mosaic pillow taxi. Acalypha indica is also grown everywhere as wild. So you have to mix these two kinds of leaves, that is why leaves of Vitis negundo and leaves of Acalypha indica, and ground it, and they prepare some extract. So this extract, 3 to 4 drops of extract, 3 to 4 drops of extract is mixed with buttermilk, and taken to cure jaundice. So this is the another practice which is used to cure jaundice. So this is the wonderful practice. How they used to treat jaundice? They used this plant to treat jaundice is they will take some amount of leaves of this plant, and also they will take leaves of Acalypha indica in equal proportion. These leaves are ground to prepare. These leaves are ground to prepare some extract. 3 to 4 drops of extract is poured or mixed with a glass of buttermilk and taken those who are suffering from jaundice, and the jaundice will be cured. So this is the treatment for jaundice. And the next one is postnatal woman treatment. What is meant by postnatal women? Postnatal women means after delivery. So which are the woman who has an infant, బాలింతలు అంటాం. పోస్ట్ నాటల్ ఉమెన్ అంటే తెలుగులో ఏమంటారు? బాలింతలు. సో ఇన్ పోస్ట్ నాటల్ ఉమెన్ యూ కెన్ సీ దిస్ ట్రీట్మెంట్. The leaves of Vitex nigundo are boiled with water, and the postnatal woman will take bath with those water, and it will be clear all the postnatal problems like body pains, joint pains, fever, and other postnatal problems will be relieved. Postnatal problems will be relieved after taking bath with this water. What water? This water is boiled with leaves of Vitex nigundo. And also for postnatal women, another treatment is also there with leaves of Vitex nigundo. And the next one is root. So the root powder. So roots are ground into dry powder. Roots of Vitex nigundo is ground into dry powder, and this dry powder is mixed with ghee, especially cow ghee, ఆవు నెయ్యి, cow ghee. So the 5 grams of fruit powder is taken, and it is mixed with 2 spoonfuls of ghee, cow ghee, and this paste is taken twice a day. This paste is taken twice a day by postnatal women to relieve joint pains. Especially in postnatal women, some body pains and joint pains are commonly occurring. So, to relieve this kind of body pains in postnatal women, they treat. this kind of treatment. They give this kind of treatment. What is this treatment? Root powder. Root powder is taken. The root powder, roots of the Vitex nicando ground into powder. This powder is mixed with the cow ghee, and this paste is given twice a day to treat the joint pains in postnatal women. And the next one is the leaves are heated. After heated the leaves, they crush. They crush these leaves after heating, and they extract some kind of poultice. Poultice. What is meant by poultice? Poultice. Poultice means it is not so paste or it is not extract. It is only a thin పలాచగా ఉండేటువంటి మొద్ద, దాన్ని పౌల్టీస్ అంటారు. సో దిస్ విల్ బి అప్లైడ్ ఆన్ అఫెక్టెడ్ ఏరియాస్ ఆఫ్ కామన్ స్కిన్ డిసీజెస్. దిస్ ఈస్ కామన్ స్కిన్ డిసీజెస్. The leaves are heated and they crushed to get a very thin juice like structure, juice like substance. So this is known as poultice, Poultice, poultice. So this poultice is applied on external areas or affected areas where the skin diseases occurs. So ultimately, what are the medicinal practices? Medicinal practices, how this plant has significant in view of medicinally. The first one is it is used to treat joint pains in in women after abortion. First one. The second one is to treat jaundice also. Jaundice also jointly with the leaves of Acalypha indica, and bathing of postnatal women to cure all kind of postnatal problems. And in postnatal women only, they give this root powder of this plant with ghee to treat joint pains in postnatal women. Also, for common skin diseases, that is leaf poultice. Leaf poultice is applied on common skin diseases. Leaf poultice is applied on common skin diseases to relieve common skin diseases. Understand? And the next plant according to your syllabus is what is there? What is there? Gloriosa superba. Gloriosa superba. So this is actually monocot. Monocot. Did you have seen this Gloriosa superba at wastelands of wastelands at especially in forest areas? They are very widely growing, but also wastelands and croplands also you can see this plant. So the flowers are very beautiful. The flower of this plant is national flower or state flower for Kerala state, I think. Kerala state. So these the flowers are very uh, beautiful, very beautiful. So this is called it as Kalahari. Kalahari. Kalahari is the common name called Kalahari. But in our Telugu name, common name in vernacular name for common name is నాభి, అడవి నాభి అని కూడా అంటారు. నాభి, అడవి నాభి అని. In English, it is glory lily. In English, it is known as glory lily. In Ayurveda, they called it as Kalahari. Kalahari means it is a Sanskrit word. Sanskrit word. Actually, now you can see this flowering. The flowering is now you can see from July to October, the flowers are originated. The flowers are opened in this. The flowering stage is this. The fruiting stage is October. Flowering stage is July, and the fruiting stage is October. Then you can write it. Keep a heading, right? Keep a heading. Gloriosa superba. Gloriosa superba. Capital L dot. Linnaeus. Family. Liliaceae. Liaceae. So the common name are కొండనాభి, నాభి. నాభి అనొచ్చు, కొండనాభి అనొచ్చు. And in Sanskrit and Ayurveda, it is called as Kalihari. 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 And in English, it is known as glory lily. Glory lily. So this it is widely growing. So the stem is underground stem, underground stem as rhizome. So the stem is growing in underground as rhizome, and it will give it will give the leaves aerially, and the leaf apex is modified into tendril. You have studied in intermediate classes as an example where in tendrils modification of leaves. Is it remember? Modification of leaves. So the leaf apex is modified into tendrils in Gloriosa superba. So it is said as a good example for the leaf apex is modified into tendrils. So the leaf, due to this leaf apex tendrils, it will be it will be climbing on other plants as epiphyte. You know what is epiphyte? Epiphyte means the plant which grown on other plant. Those are known as epiphytes. Actually, this plant is the stem is modified into underground stem as rhizome, where it is embedded in the soil, embedded in the soil, and the leaves are originated aerial, and with the help of these tendrils, that is the modification of leaf apex, they will climbing on the other plant. So these flowers means petals. Petals are appeared in so many colors, prominently red and white, orange, yellow, pink and white. Totally, these dark colors are appearing these petals, petals. So this is the uh, national national flower of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. This is the country. This is the country. The national flower of that country, Zimbabwe country, is this flower. What is this flower? What is this plant? Gloriosa superba. What is our national flower? Indian national flower. What is Indian national flower? Are you there in the meeting or you are left? Anybody can interact with me. Anybody can respond. Huh. Lotus. Lotus is our national flower. In the same way, this flower of glorious Subarpa is the national flower for Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is the country. So you can See, the external characters or morphological characters are a brief description of this plant. A brief description of this plant is uh, who is Sai Krishna is also joined. Sai Krishna is also joined. No. Mm. So, external characters of this plant, you can see. Mm. It is a climbing herb with cylindrical and branched culm. Leaves are ovate and lanceolate. Leaves are ovate and lanceolate. Shape of the leaf is ovate and the size is lanceolate. And tendril like the leaf apex is modified into tendril, and the base of the leaf is cordic. Cordic means in heart shape. Heart shape. So flowers are so many colors like pink, red, orange, but they originate in axillary and solitary. What is meant by solitary? Axillary. Axillary means you know what is axillary? In between the axils of the stem. Axillary. As these axillary flowers are originated in solitary. Solitary means only one. So at each axils, only one flower will be originate. No other inflorescence can be seen. Only single flower is originated at axillary positions. At axillary positions. And the fruit is said to be capsule. Fruit is in this plant is capsule fruit. This capsule fruit is oblong. In shape is the oblong. And three grooved. Three grooved means the fruit has three margins. Why the fruit has three margins? It developed from the tricarpellary syncarpus ovary. Due to the tricarpus syncarpellary ovary, these are the tri. These are you can see the tri-rigid fruits. Tri-rigid fruits, and the seeds are subglobose. Subglobose means not completely round. Globose means round. Subglobose means sub-round, not completely round. That kind of leaves are you can see. So the as I told you previously, occasionally they have seen in occasionally at forests and hedges. Hedges means some పొలాల గట్లు డొంకలు అంటారు విన్నారా ఆ మాటలు డొంకలు గట్లు ఒక ఒకళ్ళ పొలాల నుంచి ఒకళ్ళ పొలాలకి హద్దులు ఉంటాయి డొంకల్లాగా అలా అలాంటి డొంకల మధ్యలో అది పెరుగుతూ ఉంటదనమాట. మీకు పొలాలు ఊర్లో పొలాలు ఐడియా ఉంటే మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది. ఎర్రగా పుష్పం కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఇంకొక పక్కనున్న మొక్క మీదకి అది ఎగబ్రాకుతూ ఉంటుందనమాట. దాన్ని మీరు గ్లోరియోజా సూపర్బాగా ఈజీగా గుర్తించొచ్చు. Then flowering and fruiting stages are July to October. What does it mean? July to October means the flowers gives in July and the fruits are given in October. So totally flowering and fruiting stages is in between flowering and fruiting stages are in between July to October. July to October only. And if you come to the ethnobotanical importance, so this is actually this rhizome as poisonous. It is if you directly go to into mouth, it is some poisonous. But the rhizome has so many ethnomedicinally, ethnobotanically important. So it is usually cultivating for their rhizome. It is also this plant, Gloria superba, is also cultivating now by the tribal people and some local people and some local people. This rhizome is exporting to other countries also. It is very it is very economically beneficial crop as a commercial crop. So it is now and there. I know our Guruji, my Guruji, sir, he cultivated this crop in 2 acres, but the cultivation is very difficult because the irrigation especially in respect of irrigation, it is very difficult to cultivate. How? Not only the water, simply watering is not sufficient. So watering is sprinkles. This kind of sprinkle watering is essential for this crop. For that, you have to invest so many high amounts. You have to invest high amounts, so that if you cultivate this plant carefully with a great interest, with all these sprinklers and this kind of drip irrigation, it will gives lot of money gains, but otherwise it will goes to loss. Otherwise it goes to loss. At present also, at nearby Ranasthalam, you know Ranasthalam village, Ranasthalam, yes, nearby Ranasthalam village, some I think last year we went to there. Some Raju, I don't know the full name of that farmer. They are call him as Raju and Raju. So the Rajgar crop I have seen, he is growing up to 10 acres of area. Especially that is all dry land. It is not wetland. You know what is dry land and wetland? Wetland means pallam antam, dry land ante mettu antam. So in dry land, no irrigation is available. Irrigation facility, no irrigation facility is there. Such lands are considered as dry lands. If the irrigation facility is more and irrigation facility is sufficient, those lands are considered as wetlands, and you can cultivate there in paddy and other crops. Whereas in dry lands, they are suitable for some kind of crops only, not for all kinds of crops. So where he has drilled so many bores, with the help of those bores he is giving this drip irrigation, and he arranged some sprinklers, and he is cultivating, wonderful cultivating, and he getting very much benefits from this crop. What is the crop? What is the yield of this crop ultimately? Only rhizomes. Only rhizomes, just like kurkuma or ginger. పసుపు రైజోమ్స్ ఎలాగ అమ్ముతారో, ఆ అల్లము రైజోమ్స్ ఎలాగ అమ్ముతారో, ఈ రైజోమ్స్ క్వింటాల్ కొద్దీ వీటిని అమ్ముతాడనమాట. అలా అమ్మడం వల్ల అతనికి చాలా లాభం వస్తుంది. ఆ మెట్టు భూమిలో ఇంకేమి పండవు. అలాంటప్పుడు ఆ మెట్టు భూమిని ఏం చేశాడు, బోర్లు పెట్టి, స్ప్రింక్లర్స్ పెట్టి, బోర్ వాటర్‌తో డ్రిప్ ఇరిగేషన్ గూడా ఏర్పాటు చేసి, ఈ క్రాప్‌ని చేస్తున్నాడాయన. 10 ఏకర్స్ ఏరియాలో చేస్తున్నాడు. మంచి బెనిఫిట్స్ వస్తున్నాయని చెప్తున్నాడు. సో, the 100 కేజెస్ ఆఫ్ this rhizome is about 10,000 rupees. Like that, he is selling that rhizomes. Because of these rhizomes are very useful, very useful in modern medicine also. Some pharmaceutical companies, some pharmaceutical companies are buying these rhizomes. So this is very useful. If this is directly this rhizome is eaten, it is toxic and poisonous. Whereas it has so many medicinal values, so many pharmaceutical industries are depending on this crop. That pharmaceutical industries will give the investment to the farmers, and after he cultivate, they will harvest that crop. They will give some subsidy. Especially government is also giving subsidy to cultivate this crop. Not only this crop, you must remember, any medicinal crop, cultivation, the government will give you the subsidy. So in this category also we can cultivate this crop easily with by investing small amounts and getting more amounts as benefit, as profit. So this is the importance of this plant. What I am giving all this emphasis is the Gloriosa superba is the widely cultivated by tribal people and local people, some farmers as a part of medicinal plant cultivation. So medicinal plant cultivation is also another chapter you will be studying. In medicinal plant cultivation, this is the first in the rank. So this plant is the cultivating widely cultivated, and the rhizome is sold with more economic benefit because of some pharmaceuticals are uh, giving financial assistance to cultivate. Later they will collect that crop. They, with collaboration and with MOU means Memorandum of Understanding. MOU means Memorandum of Understanding. By Memorandum of Understanding or by coordination with other pharmaceutical companies, farmers are widely growing this plant. Then, what are the medicinal values? You know, all the medicinal values from rhizome only. No leaves are useful, no flowers are useful. With the rhizome only, rhizome only, so many plants. Of course, some medicinal practices also used leaf and other parts, but rhizome is more useful. That is my point. The first one is the first one is you can put abortion. For abortion, Chober extract is taken orally in one spoonful twice a day for 5 days, about pregnancy up to 3 months. So before a pregnancy lady, before 3 months only, it will be worked. After 3 months of pregnancy, it will not be worked. So here you see the chober extract, 1 gram of chober extract, 1 gram, very small amount, 1 gram of chober extract is mixed with honey, honey mixed with honey, and it is given to women, pregnant women, for 5 days. Then abortion will be taken place. If any women wanted to abort her pregnancy, this practice they will do this practice without going to hospital or without going to doctor. They will practice with this chober extract within 3 months of her pregnancy. So this is the first one, means this is used as abortifacient. This word I have already introduced it to you. Abortifacient means that medicine or that agent which is used to abortion. That is abortifacient. So this is used, the chober is used as abortifacient. And the next one is leprosy, to treat leprosy. Chober, chober paste is applied externally on ulcers of leprosy. So on spots and ulcers of leprosy, this chober paste, the chobers are ground into paste, and this paste is directly applied on these parts, and it is cured. You see how wonderful medicine. And the second one is, the third one is lice killing. Here, the leaf paste is used for lice killing, not chober. The leaf juice is mixed with hair oil and applied to head. So this leaf juice is mixed with hair oil and it is applied instead of pure hair oil. So this leaf juice is mixed with the hair oil and applied to head in order to kill the lice. The lice will be killed. And another leaf paste, another treatment Another treatment with leaf paste is also there to cure mumps. To cure mumps. What is meant by mumps? Mumps ante mumps గా గావాలలో అంటారు. కింద ముఖ్యంగా చిల్డ్రన్‌లో కింద కింద 2 దవడలు కూడా వాసిపోతాయి. మీకది ఐడియా ఉందా? వాటినేంటంటే గవదలు, గదబలో ఏదో అంటారు. సో, దిస్ డిసీజ్ ఈస్ నోన్ యాస్ మంప్స్. మంప్స్ MUMPS మంప్స్. సో, ది లీవ్ గగ్గల రైట్. రైట్. ఎగ్జాక్ట్‌లీ. గగ్గలు. గుడ్. ఈ గగ్గలు దిగాయి అంటారు. కరెక్ట్. ఏ దా ఆ డిసీజ్ ఏమిటి? మంప్స్. MUMPS. సో, ది మంప్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు లీఫ్ పేస్టు యాస్ పౌల్టీస్. పౌల్టీస్ అనే మాట నేను చెప్పాను. ఏంటి పౌల్టీస్ అనేది? అంటే పలాసగా ఉండే పేస్ట్ అనమాట. పల్చగా ఉండే పేస్ట్ గంధంలాగా. దాన్ని పౌల్టీస్ అంటారు. పేస్ట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫ్రమ్ ది పౌల్టీస్. So the leaves are ground into poultice form, and this form of material is applied externally on mumps for 7 days. For 7 days, it will be cured completely. It will be cured completely. And you see, another is used. Another it is not medicinal. Another ethnobotanical practice for suicide. Suicide. How this suicide? So the tubers are ground with opium. Opium ante nalla mandu antaru. With opium, these seeds are tubers are ground, and this paste is taken orally to commit suicide. It is also used to suicide. So never do this kind of work anybody, but it is one practice where it is practiced by these ethnic people or tribal people. We are uh, describing it, but not it should not be practiced by anybody. Understand? So, how many ethno-medicinal practices have come totally? Abortifacient, leprosy, lice killing, mumps, and also for committing suicide. So the for suicide, it is mixed with opium. The tubers are mixed with opium and ground into a paste, and this paste is eaten. Then he will die. He or she will die. So these are the two more plants today we have studied. Shall I teach one more plant or tomorrow? How many? What is the next plant in your syllabus? What is the next plant in your syllabus? I can see. Asamum sanctum, Vitex nigando, Gloria suburba, Tribulus terrestris. Tribulus terrestris. Next, Pellanthus neruri annadi syllabus lo. No, this is Pellanthus amaris. Pellanthus neruri is not growing in our area or even in our state. In some states of North India, Pellanthus neruri is growing. So the species is different. So we can say the both practices of any one of the species. It is a Pellanthus niruri or Pellanthus amaris. Pellanthus amaris is our native species. Pellanthus niruri is not our species. So two Tribulus terrestris and Pellanthus niruri one class. Cassia auriculata indigofera is one more class. Senna auriculata and Curculago is one more class. So here, terrestris tribulus Pellanthus 1, Cassia indigofera 2, Senna and Curculago 3. Three more classes we will take. Then it will be completed. Otherwise, if the more than two plants also, you will be confused. One practice in another practice. One practice with another practice. So we will teach this two more plants on tomorrow. Okay, on tomorrow we will teach two more plants. Then you can consult with our Ramarao sir. Did you consult with our Ramarao sir? రేపటి నుంచా?